Hi everyone, this is Mr. Neil Writer, also known as the Wax Whisperer. Thank you for tuning into this latest video. So we have a client here. So this is the patient's left ear, but it's the right ear and right eardrum that's, I'm assuming why many of you are watching this video. But we're just in the left ear first, just using an ear hook, just got in behind this lump of dry hard wax and extracted that out of the ear canal. And that's the patient's left eardrum, so that's more or less normal, it's intact. And we're now going to show you the right ear. So there's this ear, the patient had been using some drops, so the wax is a bit more soft and wet, hence why I've used a suction probe, performing microsuction. There's also no opening for me to insert an ear hook or Jobson horn in and behind the wax to extract it. And you'll see, once I remove this wax, this patient's eardrum was more or less about to pop. It was really inflated. They had excessive middle ear pressure. So behind the eardrum, you've got the middle ear cavity. And the middle ear cavity is made up of the eardrum, the three bones, so the malleus, incus and stapes, otherwise known as the hammer, anvil and stirrup, and the eustachian tube. The eustachian tube is the pressure equalizer in the middle ear. It connects to the back of the eardrum to the back of the nose, and it allows air in and out of the ear behind the middle ear. And so it regulates the air pressure, and we want the air pressure either side to be equal of the eardrum. Now, in this case, the patient had excessive pressure behind the eardrum. There's no middle ear fluid, there's no glue ear. I did tympanometry just to assess, because if you've got fluid behind the eardrum, that can cause the eardrum to also bulge. This is just excessive middle ear pressure, and it was so much so, I did try and get the patient to relieve the middle ear pressure by closing their mouth, pinching their nose and swallowing, and it had a slight effect, but not massive. So this patient's got nasal congestion, has a habit of blowing their nose, and so what's been happening with this particular patient, they've been blowing their nose, it's forcing air up the nose, to the back of the nose, the nasopharynx, up the eustachian tube, but the eustachian tube is dysfunctional, it's partially blocked, so this excessive air that's being forced up the back of the nose, up the eustachian tube, has settled and got trapped behind the eardrum. It's almost like a balloon. You're inflating, you're blowing into the balloon. This is almost like you're blowing in up the eustachian tube, and it's inflated the eardrum. And it's almost on the verge of popping. You can see there's two big bulges, one at the top, one at the bottom. The bigger one at the bottom is the bigger mass. And here's a still image. You can see the two there. So I've given some patients some treatment for his eustachian tube dysfunction, also referred to ENT because he has got long-standing nasal congestion, which has never really been treated. The GP's just prescribed nasal decongestion spray, but we don't know what's up the nose. It could have rhinitis, sinusitis, nasal polyps, enlarged turbinates, deviated septum, who knows. So the patient is very grateful. I hope you enjoyed that video, guys, and I hope you're all having a great weekend. Thank you, bye.